So in this segment of product research for dropshipping and online arbitrage, I'm going to be looking at product sourcing. This is actually part of a series, so see the description of this video for links to the other videos. In the video following this video, I'll do the actual demonstration. Now, first of all, I'm looking at how to find supplier sources manually, and by manually, I mean not using sourcing software, but actually doing it yourself. So first of all, there are two main approaches to sourcing products. And one is the marketplace-based approach, where you will start on the marketplace, search for products on the marketplace, and then locate the supplier sources of those products that you have found on the marketplace. Okay. The second approach is a supplier-based approach, and it's just the opposite. You start on a supplier website, and you then try to locate those products on the marketplace. So it's the same idea, just in the opposite direction. Now, this is ordinarily going to be a long process to do manually if you want to do a lot of products. But you can use software tools or other methods to make it a bit easier. I do use some Google Sheets that I've created to actually help with this process, and I will get into those in some other videos. You can see the description of this video, and there may be links if you're interested in how I do that. Okay, matching supplier items and sourcing products between marketplace and supplier. All right. However, even if we're going to use those tools and software or whatever, there are certain major steps that we need to understand or take part in. One is, of course, we have to find products. To find the supplier sources of those products if we're starting on the marketplace, or finding products on the marketplace if you start at the supplier. So meaning either finding products on the marketplace and then finding those suppliers, or finding products at the supplier and then matching them to the marketplace. But the third step, which is really big, is actually looking at the profit, the potential profit of those products. And in doing that, there are three to four main parts that are involved in this profit calculation. One is the selling price. So when we're trying to determine the going price, okay, of a product, we're looking at the selling price of that product on the marketplace. Okay. The second thing is that we have to consider is the marketplace fees. So the fees that the marketplace is going to charge us when we sell the product at the selling price. The third thing is the cost of the product from the supplier. What are we actually spending at the supplier to actually purchase and receive the product, or to ship it directly to the customer if you're drop shipping? Depends on the model that you're doing. And then we have shipping costs, which is more of a thing if you're doing arbitrage, where you're actually going to receive the product first, and now you have to ship it out to each customer who you sell it to. So now we need to consider those shipping costs when we're doing arbitrage, right? With drop shipping, we usually will put the shipping costs into the supplier cost because you're shipping to the customer right away. So it depends on the model, right? Depending on the model you're using, the profit calculation is going to differ. So I do want to mention, again, you can use tools to help with these processes. For instance, you can use online calculators, spreadsheets to help you with the profit. But when you're doing manual research, a lot of times you don't necessarily need a detailed calculation in that moment until you're actually serious about selling the product, meaning you've decided to sell it. In other words, you might want to do just a general estimate of the profit based on the numbers that you see in front of you, and I will show you what I mean by that in the next video when I do the actual demonstration of this process of product sourcing. There are also other videos that will follow show more details on things like profit calculation and, of course, specific marketplaces and all of that. So see the description of this video for any links that will bring you to some of those other topics. This is, again, part of product research for dropshipping and online arbitrage, brought to you by myself, Mr. Mark. And I look forward to seeing you around in another training video.